Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Fiery Moon here with today's daily oracle message. I am still losing the Work Your Light oracle deck. Continuing on, this message is for today, August 4th. But as you guys know, time and energy is fluid, so depending on where you're at in the timeline, all depends, on where you may, where this energy may resonate for you in this reading. So just a quick little recap of Monday's reading, which was, referencing, speaking to the spiritual awakening that may be happening for some, embracing, your spiritual gifts and talents and, stepping into that. And some of you, are being looked at as this, spiritual healer, teacher, guide, mystic to be able to assist, those that are coming online and, will need help through the process. If you are in the, spiritual or healing arts, you've had help along your journey. You started to align with, people of the same energy and caliber and frequency to help, assist you along. So it's just like, how the saying goes, each one teach one. So that was basically the energy on Monday. On yesterday, that energy was, Spirit is really trying to, get more people online, get people, step into their gifts. So you may be having, synchronicities, and you're just, the best way I can describe it is, like I believe I titled it Destiny is Knocking. Like Spirit is trying to get your attention, to get you onto your right path, and also to, fulfill your purpose for coming here, for incarnating in this time. So with that being said, we're going to jump right in, and see what's going on with the energy. I'm going to do one more and see what, different messages want to come through for those who may need a message or want a message today. Let's see, one more. Then we're going to jump right in. So I believe we ended off with this one yesterday, or at least it was one of the cards on the bottom of the deck towards, the guidance or advice for yesterday's reading. And this card is basically just summing up what all I've just said. It's the Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm. So again, for some of you, and you know what, I'm feeling like the messages are getting or being repetitive, but it is for a reason. Especially like if you're tuned into my channel, it's like whoever you are, I don't know, but if you happen to come across this reading, because Spirit has a way of, drawing people to certain readings and energy and stuff like that. So if you're brought here and you're drawn here, at least for these past 2 days and today, there has been a clear message of like Spirit trying to get you to like almost take a leap of faith and know that, you're not alone. You are protected. You have guidance. Just because you may not see them physically doesn't mean you don't have a spirit team rooting for you, cheering you on, throwing things in your path to, in a sense, like wake you up. So, but repetition is good. It's how we learn. For some of us, don't, it's all in, like the learning of lessons. You're going to keep going through the same thing. until you learn the lesson. And then once you learn the lesson, you evolve, you move to the next step, you move on to something, the next challenge, I'll say. So, for some of you, like I always say, I know it is scary, but some of us are here just for that, to break through, knock down certain barriers, knock down certain walls, remove certain obstacles, whether it's, for us personally, for some of us is for our families, for our, the next generation after us. So let's see. Yeah. I love spirit, I swear to God. So we got the Council of Light, which is divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Then we have don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light to fit in? And then up under that, we have you're already doing it. Stop overthinking and follow your true north. So again, more awareness, more, destiny or spirit knocking at your door here. Because there is, there's work to be done. And that's what I'm, what I'm feeling. So let's see what actually comes out. What chunks? What different messages or what messages need to come through for those who may need to hear one today? What's going on in the energy? And know that, like I always say, it could be a person, place, or thing. So for some of you, it's, the obstacle of moving, physical movement, a new location. For some of you, it's work, changing jobs. For some of you, it's home and family. And, it falls in that category of home, family, and relationships. So, what's going on? What messages do we need for today in regards to the collective? What messages do we need? My favorite card just came out too. So it seems like just from these two cards that are already out, what's being highlighted is trust right now. So that may be being highlighted for you, whether it's trust in yourself, trust in God's spirit, the universe, however, you identify. Give me one more. They gave me two. So let's see. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Let me just make some room here. Alright, so the first card out is trust the niggle. What is that niggling feeling telling you? After that, we have trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And then we have mirror, which says who or what is triggering you. And then we have awakening, which says energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. And then we have the initiation, the rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So, Then we have at the bottom of our deck. Look, everything I said. Thank you, Spirit. We have the you're already doing it, which we seen, and then we have breaking the chain. And it says ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future. So for some of you, heavily what I feel is that you're having a hard time trusting yourself. Whatever, intuition or, gut feelings you may be having, is trying to tell you something. And, for some of you, what it may be trying to tell you is just, trust what you're feeling, trust where you're going. No matter what you're being, faced with, especially with this mirror card, you're going to, people, places, and things are going to come into your existence and trigger you so that you wake up to the parts of yourself that you were not aware of, which is what I feel is happening for some of you. Some of you are in the beginning stages of an awakening, so you may be going through like a dark night of the soul type of energy, but it's all in, integrating. The dark night of the soul, or is, or as I like to, call it, is like the integration of the shadow. Bringing your dark and light energy together. Accepting the parts of yourself that you weren't aware of. And whether it's good or bad, you have to come into acceptance of who you are. To elevate your frequency, your vibration. And like I always say, it is scary. It is really, it's a scary thing, but, certain things may be, like I say, your spirit guides could be throwing things in your path to get you to wake up to a part of you that's been, truly asleep. So I want to look at just trust the niggle to see if it'll give me more of what you may be feeling. And then we're going to look at the mirror card, because that is telling me like something may be playing out in the physical world for you, causing, this trigger, causing this shake up in a way. Because I feel a tower moment. And there is a card that represents the tower in here, but I want to see. I just feel like it's, going through a major change, a major shift. So what is this trust the niggle? Tell me about trust the niggle. Trust the niggle. There may be like some solar plexus chakra, work that either you're doing currently or that you need to do. Tell me about trust the niggle. All right, so we have align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? So some of you could be, knowing that something needs to change, knowing that you need to do something different, knowing that, you need to, go where you're being guided. But it is almost like I'm like getting an energy of, the best way I can put this is, because with the shattering of the face there, like to me, I see like mirror, like, or glass shards. But what it's giving me is like, it's giving me an energy of something has been broken. For instance, like a coffee mug. And of course you can glue it back together, but it will never be the same. It may leak, it may break, again, or you trying to glue that coffee cup back together is not going to be as strong as before it was broken. So basically, it's like an energy of, it's like trying to fix something that's not fixable, but it's almost like this intuitively, whether you're getting synchronicities or downloads, or you're feeling it, you have a gut feeling like something is broken that cannot be fixed, but then you're still trying to like almost force it to work. And the bottom of the deck, we have leap. You go first and the universe will catch you. And basically there is no repairing this, whatever it may be. Whether it's a mindset, a mentality, a relationship, friendship, whatever it is, it's almost like beyond repair. You can try, but it's not going to be the same. So it's like, it's time for you to like take that leap up out of there. Like it's time to go. And you have to just allow yourself to just take the first step, even if you don't know where you're going, where you're headed, how you're going to get there, who's going to be at the other side. It's too much worrying. Too much worrying. But what's the Mirror card? So with the Mirror card, we have Unbound, which says releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So for some of you, what's triggering you, clarifying this Mirror card, who or what is triggering you, it could be an actual person, maybe someone that you're in a relationship with, who you had a past life with, or past life karma, or some type of past life relationship in whatever capacity. It doesn't have to just be romantic. It could be a family member, it could be a friend. But there's someone in your physical reality that is triggering you to break, to go ahead and release yourself from past karma is the best way that I can explain it, because you're feeling stuck in it. But it's also triggering you for a reason. And then again, we have break the chains, ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future. It's time for you to do something different. And tell me about this awakening and the initiation. I am going to read that awakening card because it is, the energy off of it is hitting me really strong. So I'll read that one. So family, awaken or call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So you're being like almost assisted in this awakening process. But the initiation comes when you decide to take that leap. Because whatever you're going through right now, like it just seems like, you're stuck in a cycle. And in order to, get you out of that pattern or routine or, the cycle of whatever you've been going through, it's like take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So some of you guys are like almost running yourself down, wearing yourself down because you don't want to make a change. And it's like running on empty. You gotta gas up, just like a car. You gotta gas up so you can get to your destination. So I said I was gonna read the awakening card. Let's see. Alright, so it says, awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. You are going through a period of awakening. Things are changing within you and at many levels. You are starting to remember ancient truths and discovering more and more about who you are and why you incarnated. You may find that you are experiencing past life flashbacks, seeing the invisible thread that is woven through all of life, or even feeling Kundalini Shakti rise through your body from the base of your spine. The most important thing for this time is not to overthink it and to stay grounded. Share your experiences with like soul people while you consciously integrate them. Journal and pay attention to your dreams. You are remembering and your soul gifts are emerging. During this time of transition and awakening, you may be called to devote yourself to being of service. There are ideas, truths, concepts, books, and creations waiting to be birthed into this world. Stay open to receiving them. Pulling this card may be a sign that you are here to birth one of these creations into the world. Or perhaps you're being called to make a shift in your life in order to be of service. Don't think too much about it. Instead, repeat the following Work Your Light activation. So the activation for this card is, it says hold the card on your heart and say, and if you don't have it, you don't have to worry about it. But it says, I surrender to my awakening. I allow the Shakti energy to rise from the base of my spine. I open myself up to the universe using me in a way that delights my mind, body, and spirit. Pretty self-explanatory. So, what's the guidance or advice? What's the guidance or advice? And this doesn't, like I always say, it doesn't have to be playing out between you and another person. It could be you realizing this within yourself. Give me one more. What's the guidance or advice? Guidance or advice. I had a feeling this was going to come out. So the guidance or advice is the ever unfolding rose, cracked open, is happening for you, not to you. So through this awakening, it may be starting or happening within your heart chakra first, because that's just what I'm feeling off of this card, being, cracked open, having the heart chakra opening. And know that whatever the experience is, it's happening for you, for your, for your betterment, for your good. And then it says, we get grounded, empaths, highly sensitives, and connect with nature. So some of you just need to, ground the energy, get solid in what is happening to you. Like, what's the word that I want to use? Like, understand, like, what I'm, like, whatever this is, there's, like I always say, light at the end of the tunnel. Light at the end of the tunnel, because for some of you, like, I don't know, I just feel like there's so much worry. And that worry, like, I feel like you're holding it in physically, like it's affecting your body. But it's time to, like, free yourself. release this karma. And for some of you, it may even be like trauma, but it's time to just release yourself from it. Yeah, so that is the oracle message for today. You know, there's an awakening that is, coming in for you guys, or whoever, depending on where you're at in the timeline. For some of you, this could already have happened. And if that's the case, like, it's because you trusted what you were feeling. You've gotten onto your path. You changed what needed to, like, you've purged what wasn't serving you and kept what was. And you freed yourself from some past life karma. And now that that cycle of the awakening and the initiation is, has closed for you, now it's time for you to actually step into what you're doing, or what, fully integrating into that purpose. So I like it. So for some of you, you could be ahead of this energy, and some of you could be in the middle, or you could be, behind it. Either way, it's happening for you, not to you. So, like I said, thank you for tuning in with me. As always, sending love and light out to you all, and I hope it resonated for some of you, and if not, it just wasn't your story. But like I always say, just take what resonated and leave the rest. So I will see you guys on the next one. All right, later.